Pacific Points, Gobble Enterprises, IT&E, and Jack in the Box. Hey, good morning. Miss Maria Pangelinan of the Guam Election Commission joins us now in the KUAM News Link Zoom room. Good morning, Miss Maria.
Half a day, Chris.
How are you?
Malik, we're getting settled into our office, or I think we're settled in already.
I don't know how settled you are when I'm looking at a bunch of boxes behind you.
Almost,
not yet. Got it.
Almost.
And then, so what is is there like a protocol? Can people go to the election commission now? What are the rules?
Yes, people can come and visit us. We have set up the office so that if there's an overflow, there are seats outside for people to sit and wait. What we're doing now is probably Chris, we're already preparing for 2022.
No way.
Yeah. So with regard to our customers, we are encourage them please to register to vote. Most of our new registrants are coming out of the Division of Motor Vehicle. They really started online driver's license renewal. Mm-hmm. And so we're getting the bulk still from them. Like in November, our voter rolls increased by 232.
You mean last month, Miss Maria?
Yes, in November.
Wow.
Yes, in November, it increased by 232. Of the 232, most of them came from DMV. We received 273 new voters from DMV, but unfortunately, we've had to take some voters off. We receive a list from Department of Public Health. So our deceased voters are purged every month based on the list from Public Health. We're doing that. We're preparing our budget request for fiscal year 23, as well as a supplemental request. We have a meeting this coming Thursday on December 16th at 5:30 p.m. It's a face-to-face meeting. People are invited to come, but we have limited space, and it'll be also live streamed. And the link will be on our website, and that's 5:30 December 16th from our office. We have early voting coming up for the primary and the general election. So we're trying to figure out as many details as we can for our supplemental budget request.
Miss Maria, so if people want to come by your office and register to vote, can you kind of go over the process for that? What do they need to bring, all that stuff?
Sure. They just need to bring a photo ID. They can also register to vote online if they have a current driver's license or a current Guam ID. And then they can also register at DMV. But if you're coming to our office, all you need to simply bring is a photo ID.
Miss Maria, what if I voted in that freak election last year? Where am I? Am I good for this next election or what?
Yes. If you voted in the 2020 general election, you're good for 2022. If you just missed 2020, but you voted in 2018, you're still good to come and vote for 2022. The only time we'll take you off is if you miss 2 general elections in a row. So if you miss 2 general elections in a row, you should have received a letter from us, 2 letters from us, saying the first letter is saying the Guam Election Commission intends to take your name off the voter list. And then the second letter should have said the Guam Election Commission took your name off the voter list. And that letter also states that you can come in to register anytime, you can register online, all that good stuff about re-registering to vote.
All right, that's very good information to know. Do you ever get anyone, Miss Maria, that like they come in just mad and they want to register to vote? Like, I can't take this anymore. How do I register to vote?
Chris Barnett hasn't visited us for a while.
I'm that guy. That's what I want you guys to do, though. When you get mad, own it and go register to vote, okay? Don't be like, complaining all the time and then you don't even vote. I hate that. I mean, it's your right, though. It's your right to complain. Please complain away. But you can also do something to kind of address what you're complaining about, maybe.
Yeah. And Chris, our voter rosters are almost dismal. We only have, at this point in November, we haven't broken 50,000.
Wow.
So with the help of KUAM and our other media partners, we hope to get this up and running again.
Right.
We are conducting voter registrar training, and that helps a lot, where the volunteer voter registrars are trained, and when we put their names on our website, and if somebody, doesn't have access to computers and wants to get registered, we ask them to get in touch with these volunteer voter registrars who will assist them.
I'm just going to tell you guys, with the low number on the rolls right now, the people who really voted in the last election were the political people, because they had, something to gain or lose. And they were like, oh, there's a pandemic. I don't care. We're going out there. We got to cast these votes. So that's why it's important for everybody who's not part of this. You're not whatever with a camp or a candidate. It's on you guys, us, to go out and register to vote, because if you don't, the election next year will be easily swayable, right? Some people talked about that in the last election, Miss Maria. They said only the people who have a stake in the game are going to go out there in the midst of the pandemic and cast their ballot. And so just my people out there, go register to vote, okay? And next year, it's going to be a big election. It's going to be huge, actually. Right? Is that what you guys are anticipating, Miss Maria?
Yes, sir. We hope that everybody comes out, and with making it as convenient as possible. Let us know how to make it more convenient, and if we can do it within the law, we'll work with it.
Get us some better candidates.
That's up to you, Chris.
Oh, like I'm tired of this. Like, I don't want to be making this face when I go to vote. This face. Like, you get that, sir? I don't like making that face. I want to make this face. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. And if anybody out there is thinking of becoming a candidate for the 2022 elections, give us a call. Our staff any one of our staff can readily assist you on the phone if you want to be anonymous. We can give you some documents, not all of it. The candidate packets will be available come January. We are planning to submit to the commission, to our board members, this Thursday, an election timeline where we will let them know when we can start issuing our packets. Our packets will be available next month, and you can get on our website. They'll ask us for a packet and we'll send it to you. So Chris, let me know when you're ready.
To pick up my packet?
Yes, sir.
When is it going to be available again, Miss Maria?
Next month. Our election timeline is scheduled to be up for approval with the commission at this Thursday's meeting.
Okay. All right. And so anybody who's thinking about running for, is it a mayoral election next year? No, right?
No, just
Okay.
a gubernatorial.
Oh, just a
attorney
gubernatorial. Oh, just a gubernatorial. That's all. No biggie. Just the biggest of the big. And it's also a congressional, right?
Yes, congressional and attorney general.
And senatorial. Dude, you guys got to register to vote, okay? Got to have your bullets in the gun. There's no use in having the pistol if you don't have anything to shoot it out of. So go register to vote. What's the deadline though for next year to file for each of these different offices, ma'am?
Again, that'll be on our election timeline. It'll be around June.
June. Okay.
Yes. And Chris, I forgot to mention.
You were going to mention that Mike St. Nicholas filled out his gubernatorial paperwork?
No, he hasn't. But Chris, I wanted to mention that, there are some bills that have been introduced. Public hearings have been held. So our election timeline may change if the law changes. So I think one of the bills is to move up the primary election. So that's why we're hurrying up and trying to get ready for whatever comes our way.
All right, Miss Maria, we did have a comment about running as an independent. What do you got to do to run as an independent?
Well, you've got to make it through the primary, and there's a threshold of how many votes you have to garner in the primary.
Can we just go back? I'm sorry. So if, let's say, Joe Sir is going to run as an independent, his name will be placed on the ballot as an independent in the primary?
Yes.
Okay. So it'll be like Republican or Democrat or whatever, and then it'll be like Joe Sir, independent.
Correct.
And then he needs to garner a certain amount of votes. Is it just a plain certain amount of votes, or is it a percentage of the total votes cast?
A percentage of the votes.
Do you know offhand what is it like?
No, I don't. And then what happens is, if we remember the primary election, you can only vote Democrat, or you can only vote Republican, or you can only vote independent if there's an independent candidate. But I want to say, I'm sorry, I better not say. I'll give you guys that information at a later time.
So it definitely sounds like running as an independent is way harder than running as one of these party-crats.
That's what history has shown us.
Right. And so in order for Joe Sir, if you were to run as an independent in the primary, as someone, your friend, and because I know the kind of guy you are, I would vote for you in the primary, but I would only be able to vote for just you. So you got to be like a really good candidate. You got to be mad good. You know what I mean? In order for me to vote for just you, because I could vote for these other clowns on both sides, but then I wouldn't be able to vote for you. But then it takes a lot of people like me who would cast that one vote just for you so that you can go on to the general election. So it kind of sounds pretty impossible, Miss Maria.
The law dictates how the election is run. Yeah. And that's how it is at this point in time.
Right. And so you're telling me that the laws are made by, who are the laws made by? Oh, wait, they're made by the people in the parties, the senators, the Democrats, and the Republicans. So they make the laws. So in order for them to make a law, they would have to kind of like shoot themselves in the foot, because they would be making a law that would allow for someone like Joe Sir to get the votes that they would normally. So it's actually self-interest and self-preservation that's keeping these political parties from allowing people to run as an independent, because I think that's part of the problem, is that this whole party system, it's like you either got to kiss Lou's ring or you got to kiss the Republicans' ring or whatever to just even get your hat in the ring, when in reality, you should be able to walk right into the boxing ring with everybody else, have the same boxing gloves, the same fair chance that everyone has. But it's 2021, and we're still talking about independents being able to run. So thank you, Miss Maria.
You're very welcome.
Anything else in closing you want to throw out here?
Well, let's get all our KUAM listeners to register to vote. Let's get all of Guam registered to vote. That would be great. And besides getting registered to vote, make sure you vote.
Yes, please.
Yes, make sure you vote.
Don't go register to vote and then forget. Or so, what is the percentage of people who are registered to vote versus those who actually vote? Like, I don't know. I mean, last election's kind of a weird one. So, do you have any? Like, is there just a?
So before 2020, I think we were at 68% in 2018. So we want to get it up to past 70% again. Get it up and rolling for, that's what we want to do. Guam prides itself in having high voter turnout. We want to keep that, and we want it to go beyond the 68%.
How does that compare nationally, Miss Maria?
Nationally, we do really well. When it's a presidential. Some things to consider when we compare ourselves nationally. In the presidential elections, they do really well in America. And then one of the other things we need to think about is in some states and in some counties, they have lots more elections than we do. So when they have when they have an initiative, or when they have a school board, some election, the voter turnout is very low. What I think is going on in some of the states is they're consolidating their elections, so they'll be only biannual like we have. And they don't have that many elections. Their voter turnouts will be much greater.
Before I let you go, Miss Maria, I was kidding about that Mike Nichols thing earlier, but no one has filed any like gubernatorial paperwork or anything since the last time we talked?
No one has filed. No new one has filed.
And the deadline for that is also in June?
Yes.
Okay.
Same time.
Okay. So, guys, Guam Election Commission is officially open for business. They got a new office. It's in I don't know the address, but it's the Circle Building by Oka. Right, Jay? Do you know it? Jay's very familiar with the building.
Isn't the official name like the Tamuning?
Oka Building.
Oka Building.
It's Oka Building on 241 Fahrenheit Avenue.
And I'm seeing some stuff on social media. People are saying, kind of like crassly, the place where Man's Power used to be.
Yeah, that was Jason who was saying that. Yeah. You guys?
Yes, it's where Club Manpower used to be.
You guys sanitized everything in there. You don't want to be touching too much.
Our landlord did, and we did too.
All right, there you go. Okay. Thank you, Miss Maria. So, guys, go by the Election Commission. They're open. You don't need an appointment. Go register to vote. Arm yourselves and get ready for next year. It's a good Christmas present to yourself.
Jesus Masi, guys.
Thank
Merry
you, Miss
Christmas,
Maria.
Merry Christmas.
Oh. Right on. Thank you, Miss Maria. Good people down there. 9:30, Monday, December 13th. We're going in with Dr. Annette David after the break. We got to take a break, though. But seriously, guys, that was kind of what I was thinking this weekend is because of this weirdo election we had last year, right? It was a weirdo election. That's just what it was. Like the only people who like people like me who really, 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 really care about what happens on this island, and the people who had skin in the game. We're the ones who went out to vote. So go and register to vote, guys. Okay, don't be putting it off. Don't be like, me one year I was like, oh God, it's only December. I got forever to register to vote. Then Lana come the election, I forgot. So don't be like that. Okay, it's 9:30. Let's take a quick break, and we're coming.